We're really glad to be here today to present Dark Matter, a technology platform that's transforming the way alternative investments connect with qualified investors. Alternative investments represents an over $7 trillion market, and yet we've seen no development in the streamline of process or disintermediation. It's an asset class that has grown at twice the rate of traditional investments since 2005, and yet still issuers and investors have no transparent way to connect with each other. Issuers still rely upon capital introduction events as well as personal introductions to raise capital, and investors and advisors are often limited to expensive and complicated bank financial products to access alternative investments. My name is Sang Lee, and I'm the CEO and founder of Dark Matter. This is our CTO, Stan Solotki, who's going to be driving our product demo today. So let's take a look at how an investor interacts with the platform. Due to some of our regulatory constraints, we'll be using hypothetical offerings in order to show you the inner workings of the platform. We can now browse to the investment platform and view all of the opportunities that are made available on the Dark Matter site. However, as you can see here, I'm not logged in as a qualified investor, so certain information is restricted to me. So now let's log in as a qualified investor, and we'll be able to see what type of information is now made available for me and what I can actually access. Setian Incorporation, for example, here is a public offering or a 506c offering where I can see the details even if I'm not logged in as a qualified investor. However, all of the other offerings are now open as I'm logged in and the information is accessible in a compliant manner. I can now sort through these various opportunities and the broad universe of alternative investments using industry, geography, as well as offering type and offering subtype. So now that I've found the investment opportunity that's appropriate for my portfolio and matches my risk-return profile, I want to go in and be able to access the information and perform due diligence. In a single snapshot, you'll see what's most important: fees associated with a particular alternative investment, as well as how much investment opportunity is actually available for me. I can also view the team and perform due diligence on founders, principals, and managers of offerings. And furthermore, most importantly, I can access a secure data room where the owner of the offering itself is controlling the privacy settings of every specific document made available there. As you can see here, the privacy settings are quite strict, so I actually have to request access to be able to see certain documentation. Once I request access, the owner of the offering will be able to grant me access to these specific documents. Now that I've conducted due diligence and I've made my mind to actually invest in this opportunity, I can seamlessly reserve an investment directly through the platform after going through specific disclosure checks. Disintermediation is rife in almost every single industry, and yet we haven't seen it in alternative investments. It's time to transform alternative investments to introduce new efficiencies which are going to decrease waste as well as the cost of capital, but at the same time be able to remove elements of human error as well as conflicts of interest that we all know are present in the alternative investments. So now let's take a look at how an owner of an offering can seamlessly connect with investors. Once I'm logged in as an issuer, I can go to my dashboard and see the offerings that I've made available to potential investors. This is after a short application process which was reviewed and approved by Dark Matter. In this dashboard, you can now see that the owner of the offering is able to see the most important statistics as the owner of an alternative investment. How many people have viewed my offering and how much capital does that represent? As you can see here, 14 investors have viewed this specific offering, which represent over $1 billion in capital. At the same time, we can edit the information of the offering itself, set and change its privacy settings from 506B to 506C offerings. And furthermore, I can now track investor behavior by actually going to see which investors have followed our specific offering and which investors have already gone through the process of performing due diligence in the compliance setting and committed to my alternative investment opportunity. Once the investors have committed here, there's a transparent interaction between the owner of the offering and the underlying investor. We truly believe that this transparent setting is what's going to create the efficiencies that the market needs today. As you can see, the platform itself is extremely user-friendly and accessible. And this is to further create transparencies in this massive industry that we haven't seen before. We're introducing market dynamics and systematic efficiencies of supply and demand that alternative investments have never experienced. And dark matter is well underway in achieving this goal. We have over $1.5 billion in alternative investment opportunities on our platform and over $200 billion of investor capital that is utilizing our platform to source non-intermediated alternative investment opportunities. So whether you're an investor or an advisor or an alternative issuer, we welcome you to visit us at our booth to see how you can seamlessly plug in with the Dark Matter platform. Thank you.